Assalamualaikum, myself Isadran Dristi. Today I am going to discuss data cleaning with OpenRefine. I will try to present briefly how each of the algorithms in OpenRefine work and how clusterings work in OpenRefine. So let's get started. Before going to deep, let's discuss some basic question about OpenRefine. First of all, first question is, what is OpenRefine? So OpenRefine is a free and open source tool for working with messy data, and it working with the Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, but must be set and default browser interface, but no internet connection required, and no data is shared with internet and servers. So now the second question is, why we need OpenRefine? We know that most ecological data is created by human and human makes mistake, right? So for those messy data, OpenRefine is a lifesaver, and it also saving time and energy, and some journals or agency required it. As you can see, here is my desktop, and please ignore the desktop background. I already created a folder with my ID, which is 211-66046, and in this folder I already kept the messy data set, which is I took from Google, and this product means it contains various types of cosmetic product, and I chose this messy data for clustering in OpenRefine. Now it's the time to work in OpenRefine practically. So let's open the OpenRefine. Basically, here's the first view of OpenRefine, and I used Opera Mini because I feel comfortable there. And here's the sub option. You can create project by this option, open project, and can import project by this import project option. And here's the language setting. You can setting any kind of language you want, and create a project by importing data. What kinds of data files can I import? I can import any types of data like TSV, CSV, and so on. And there is a 5 option to get data. The first one, this computer. If we use this computer, we can get data from our computer drive, and web address we can paste URL here, and keyboard we can paste data from keyboard, and database we can connect data database, and you use Google data also, but I use this computer, and I press choose files, and I go to the show files and go to the my folder. Here is my folder, and I press it, so import it, and I press next. So uploading data. Okay, here's my database overview, and dataset overview, and I kept it default. I just changed my project name. I changed it to cosmetics, and I press create project, and it's done. So here's the total data set, and there are 10,667 rows. If you want to show 10 rows, you can press here, and you can show 10 rows here. And I'm so sorry because of this description and sheet image, it takes a lot of space. That's why it's too tough to show. And if you want to see 15 rows, you just press it and you can see it. And it has an option to show records. If you press records, you can show it in records types, and but I can choose 10, and if I zoom it, you can see it properly, but I'm so sorry, you cannot see all. Okay, so there's the two options, which is facial filter or Android video. By this Android video, you can get back the previous options, I mean previous sectors, which already you can. If you make any mistake, you can get back from the previous. You need not to worry about this. So now I'm going to show the facet. For this operation, I just choose the name column. You can choose any column if you want. I just press here. It shows a lot of options: text filter, edit cell, edit column, transport, chart, view, reconcile, etc. But I'm not gonna discuss all things. I'm just show the facet because my main intention is show the clustering. Okay, so name is a text, so I just facet a text facet. I just press it. But if you want to edit cell, you just press it, edit. By edit cell, you can here see the various option. You can split multiple value, you can join multiple value. I already said it previously. And if you want to remove this column, you just press the edit column and press it, remove column. Okay, so I just press the text facet, and it takes sometimes it mainly depends on your laptop or PC performance. Okay, so here's the name column. There is a 9,989 choices, and so now the question is, why you use facet? Facet is nothing but it is a mainly indicated response of individual response of each data point, that any column. If you see that you cannot edit or something in this, but if you want, you can include it or exclude it. Okay, by our wish. So it is so simple for us. That's the way we use facet. And now I just want to see there how many times appearance these things in this dataset. For this, I just press count. It takes some times. Okay, here you see that eyeshadow comes 51 times, and blush comes 28 times, and so on. Rest of dataset comes 1 times. Okay, so now I'm going to see I'm going to show the clustering. So for this clustering, I'm go back the name. So now for clustering, I just press cluster, and there's a new menu appeared. So here is a two methods. First one is key collation, and second one is nearest neighbor. And under key collation, there is a some keying function, which is fingerprint, engram fingerprint, metaphone, calling key phonetic, Dice Maktub, and Vadermost. And under nearest neighbor, there is a 2 which is Levenstein and ppm. So I'm going to back in key collision. So under the key collision method, the first keying function is fingerprint, which is default function, and this fingerprint is at least likely to produce false positive, and some factors play a role in fingerprint. The factors are: it's mainly removing the leading and trailing word space, and change all character to their lower representation, and remove all punctuation and counter characters, and it mainly extended Western characters to all ASCII representation. For example, if there is a simple bodal, I can change the bodal. So split the string into white space, separate tokens, and join tokens back together, and shorts the token and remove the duplicates. So in fingerprint function, you can see that I prime and I primer I all uppercase just converted lowercase, and some special characters on part space are removed, and so on. But this all happens in background. We can see only the appearance or the actual output here. So the next key function is n-gram fingerprints. N-gram fingerprints is similar like fingerprints, but they are just slightly different. So let's discuss the what is n-gram fingerprint. So it's only same as fingerprint, but there is some different, which is often all the string n-grams, shorted the n-grams and remove duplicates, join shorted n-grams back together, and so on. If you see here, they're almost like the fingerprint, but there's a different format. If you see that the n-gram size is 2, that means it consists by two things. It means two size, and then fingerprint method cannot find some small pitches then but n-grams does that, so it is slightly better than fingerprint. Let's go to the next key function. Next one is metaphor tree, and which is under phonetic algorithm. Phonetic algorithm is indexing of word by their pronunciation. That means spelling is does not matter. It depends on pronunciation. A cluster depends on pronunciation. That means I show example. If you see that here, volume express the colossal waterfall mascara, and volume express the festive black drama mascara. That is not these are not same things, but the clustering is same group because of volume express. Okay, same things already happens in, if you go to the below, you see that here long lasting 12-hour bar eyeliner and long lasting brow sharpener pen is not the same thing, but for the pronunciation long lasting is same. For this reason it clustered in same group. Same goes on long lasting foundation also. And if you want to see that how does metaphor tree works, so this metaphor algorithm operates by the first removing non-English letters and characters from the words being processed, and next all vowels are also discarded unless the word begins with an initial vowel, in which case all vowels except the initial one discarded. As example, we can see that. Let's see the example how does the metaphor tree works. So for this example I took A, B, A, C, D, and as a rules we see that except initial vowels, all vowels are discarded. That means the final result is A, B, C, D. So next key function is calling phonetic, and this algorithm matches each letter of a word to digit between 0 and 8 to select appropriate digit. At most of the agent's letter is used as a context. Okay, so if you see that here is the total clustering, and it is mainly it is the way to similar sound are supposed to the same code. That means it's the similar sound. That means if you see an example, it will be clear. Here the angled liner brush and 262 angled eyeliner brush, they are huge difference, but the sounds are same, so that they clustered in one group. And if you see the another example, you can see that 21, 22, 23, they are so different, but in one group because of the sound similar, and same as foundational brush and others, so on. So it is a pretty good algorithm to clustering things. So here is the another phonetic algorithm, which is DH Mokhtov. And if you want to clustering based on a specific item, we can use it because it works based on one. If you see the example, we see that perfecting matte, perfecting with me, perfecting mineral, and that's these of all clustered by perfecting, so that if you want to work with a specific one item, we can use this DH Maktab. It helps to reduce the complexity of this dataset, and it's mainly coded to 6 digit, and each digit represent a sound, and it mainly reduces the space if any shortage occurs in 6 digits, they add 0 for it. Thus the DH Maktab works. So Beta Morse is the update version of Maktab, because this new algorithm cut on the false positive to extend the false negative, and this algorithm is mainly a 5 steps, but if you say that shortly, you can say that if Z, S or CS find in the end of the word or anything, it convert into Hungarian words. So that's the algorithm works. So now we are going to see the next method. Key correlation is faster than nearest neighbor, and nearest neighbor is slower than key correlation, but it gives us accurate result than key correlation. It takes too much time than key correlation. So let's wait. So after the waiting, we got the result, and here's radius of 1.0 and block characters of 6. That means it shows minimum 6 characters, and then upper. After so the result, see the result, we see that there is at least 6 characters are presented, and one distance. Now I'm get back the key correlation method because it is so easy and quick than Never's method. And now I use here Cognitive Photonic to show the exact result after clustering. That means final result of clustering. So now I change here and less, and I change the name is invalid or non, sorry, invalid. Okay, and then select R and press mark selected and close. Okay. This takes some time because there's a huge large data set. So let's waiting. Okay, so after clustering, we see that we are 922, but before clustering, we will see that 9,989. So if we see the count, we see that. Sorry, it's taking some time because it's used data set. So here we see that there is 65 times false ILS is used, and that is a 38. So mainly this is how the OpenPro works, and how we can solve the basic data. Um, that's all, and that brings to us in the end. Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.